Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I have a very special boot review for you guys. It is the AirZoom Superfly 9. All right, so of course, taking a look at the AirZoom Superfly 9, this is the successor to Superfly 8, which featured a Vaporposit upper. This takes a whole new step forward in the Mercurial lineup, introducing an AirZoom bubble or AirZoom pocket, if you will, in the sole plate, a new sole plate construction completely with the introduction of some of the triangular studs and some other things with the Vaporposit Plus upper, which we'll get into in a little bit. But let's go over the box really quick. Very basic Nike box, silver. This one's a little bit bigger than the Vapor box, and that's probably because of the little collar. It adds a little bit of material, so they need a bigger box, which is interesting, but went for my usual size 9 US, which is fantastic. And silver box, like most Nike Elite models since years and years and years ago. This will be pretty standard across most Nike Elite, if not all Nike Elite models. You'll get them in this silver box. So let's do an unboxing really quick. These are in the special edition launch colorway, the white with the red air, which I'm so excited. I'm really glad I got these because they're sold out everywhere. I love this colorway. When I reviewed the AirZoom Vapor 15s, so basically the same boot but without the collar, they are so beautiful in person, and I'm expecting these to be the same. Here we go. Unboxing right in front of you guys. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so I did order these from Unisport, but this is awesome. Okay, without sort of plugging them, they sent a free, I didn't order this, they sent a free boot bag. That's really cool. Okay. Like a golden lightning bolt with a Unisport logo. That's pretty sweet. Thanks, Unisport. Appreciate you guys. That's awesome. Okay, now we'll get into the unboxing. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yep. Same idea. Oh my goodness. Okay, get this tag out of the way. Wow. Okay, so the silhouette of this does look a little bit different than the Vapor, of course, because of the collar, but I actually don't mind these. I think they look pretty good. Usually I think the Superfly looks kind of ridiculous, but that's just a personal opinion. And of course, if you like the Superfly better, no hate. I know a lot of guys, like I have a couple guys on my team who like Superflies better than Vapors. Even though they're the same shoe, they like that little collar part of it, and that's totally cool. Makes no difference to the performance of the boot. It's just more of an aesthetic thing and more of a feeling thing in this area where it goes over your ankle, makes you feel like you have more of a seamless sensation on feet. But these are fantastic. Again, let's see what the box says. So the box says that these are white and off noir coconut milk. So like off-white coconut milk. That's what this upper is called, with something else. Yeah, I guess maybe they're talking about the red, I don't know. But this red material, really cool detail about this air. So it says AirZoom right there, but it obviously has the air. And in the air, they're little Mercurial logos, which is really, really cool. I think that's such a cool detail. So very, very cool boot. Absolutely beautiful. If you haven't seen my Vapor 15 review, definitely go check that out. These are super, super stunning. You'll see most of the same information in both. It's just the collar and the on-feet portion that's gonna be a little bit different. But I'll explain everything through every video so that if you haven't seen that video and you wanna just stay here, I'll explain everything. So second boot, and then the string bag is exactly the same, sorry, that's kind of loud, as the Vapor 15 is. You get that air, really cool ombre to purple with the Mercurial logos. And then on the other side, you get their AirZoom, there you go, AirZoom Mercurial logoing there. So we'll get this out of the way. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shoes. I am a huge, huge fan of how these look. I think Nike absolutely nailed the launch of this boot. And they've incorporated the Vaporposit Plus upper, which is a little bit different. It's the next iteration, next generation of the Vaporposit. So it's still a synthetic / knit material, but it's much more rigid feeling out of the box than, say, the full fly knit upper from the Vapor 13, sorry, Vapor 13. So that's something to keep in mind as well. These are just fantastic looking, and I'm really, really excited to see how these fit and feel on feet. Again, with the collar, the heating signature is going off on my camera, so maybe we'll be back in just a second. All right, fams, thank you for staying tuned. It is now not overheating, which is a lovely thing, and product of being in this tiny room and it's super humid outside. Anyway, so what was I saying? Vaporposit Plus Upper, second iteration, definitely a lot more fluid and easier to break in. I think it's going to be, especially when trying the Vapor on, or not the Vapor on, I guess, on feet. I haven't actually tried them on feet as of filming this portion of this video, but I imagine that given how soft it is, as you can see here, definitely softer, definitely more pliable, and quite a bit wider. There's more material in here, and the sole plate is much wider, especially in this midfoot area, than the Vapor 14 and Superfly 8. That is something that I'm really excited for, because if they break in on this width part right here, and if they give me a little bit of extra room to wiggle in my feet, which are super wide, kind of in this awkward area down here, I'm really stoked to be able to actually wear these in training. These particular boots, I gotta be honest, I'm not much of a fan personally. Again, no hate if you do like them. I'm not a huge fan of the collar. I stand to be corrected if that ends up being, this ends up being the boot of choice, but I tend, even with my favorite boot of all time, Hypervenom Phantom 3s, I tend to like the low top just because it's not, to me, it's like not quite as, I just don't like the fit as much. And that's totally a personal preference. Again, the heel construction is the exact same except for this little material, this little fly knit material in the collar, which I've heard is a little bit more snug. So it gives you, a more sock-like sensation on feet, even if the upper isn't full fly knit like Vapor 13 and Superfly. Let me see if I can do the math. 8, 7. Superfly 7 was, which were great boots as well. The liner is exactly the same as the Vapor 15, so you've got that crimson or red liner on the inside with the purple accent, as you can see here. What's really interesting about these boots is that, I don't know if you can see it hopefully, but you can see kind of the seam, the white seam that runs along where my finger is, and then it gets a little bit more translucent underneath. And this almost reminds me of the Puma Ultra 1.3 and 1.4, which that review is also coming out very soon. And it's like, they've basically done the Vaporposit Plus Upper with an internal support cage. And the thing that they've done with this one, supposedly, is that this is in the same locations as the old Greek sandal or something like that. So it's only in the areas that you absolutely need it. So one in the forefoot, one in the midfoot, and then one in the heel. And the idea is the lightest and least amount of material with the most amount of lockdown. So it's, what can we do with just the bare minimum to make it as grippy and as good of a lockdown as possible. Obviously, when you tie those laces tight, and being a raw fly knit material here in the lacing area, you really are gonna feel that material tie tight to your foot, and it's really gonna give you a snug, locked in sensation with these boots. On the bottom, which is, again, another new piece of tech, they've really completely reconstructed this boot, which I applaud Nike for, and it all seems to be in the, not just change for change's sake, but change for actual tangible improvement's sake, which is very cool. So the sole plate obviously is this new AirZoom unit. You've got everything from here, you can see it in that red AirZoom unit up through the toe area into like that forefoot. And what it's gonna do is it's really supposed to provide an extra bit of not only stability and cushion underneath the foot, but also give you a little bit of that energy return. So as you put your foot into the ground, it's gonna compress a little bit and then shoot up and really give you that extra little bit of bounce in your step, bounce in the way that you move, and maybe give you enough energy return to help you run a little bit better or a little bit faster. That's all marketing material. I'm not sure how much I even believe in that kind of stuff, but That's it. So without further ado, guys, let's hop into the on feet portion of the video where I show you guys what these look like on feet, and then of course what the sizing is like, how they fit for most foot types, and what they look like on the ball. All right, fam, so here with the Superfly 9s in this beautiful launch AirZoom colorway. These are the AirZoom. Apologies for background noise. There's a kids camp going on behind the camera, so if you hear any like shouting, chanting, all that stuff, music, that's what it is. So AirZoom, you guys have already probably seen the review of the Vapor 15 that I reviewed. These I expect to fit exactly the same. There is no difference between these and the Vapor 15 as far as fit goes, except for that collar. So I'm really, in this video, only gonna talk about the difference in how I actually like the boots and what the difference is, and whether or not I prefer, wow, that's really loud, whether or not I actually prefer the collar versus the, they're playing a game of knockout, and like a dribbling knockout, and somebody just won. Okay, cool. All right, so anyway, what the difference is between the collar and the non-collar version, what I prefer, and who knows, maybe these will change my mind. As of right now, I'm leaning more towards Vapor just via principle, because I actually really like regular fitting football boots without the collar more than I do with the collar. But that being said, my mind could be changed. So here we go. Get these on feet. Definitely a little more difficult to get on comparatively. And to be honest, I don't really feel that much of a difference. I don't know why you'd pay the extra. Like, I guess I feel the collar a little bit, but I don't really feel the collar that much, to be honest. It's a good looking boot, no doubt. Like, the Superfly, I think, actually looks really good in this generation. I think the silhouette looks super nice. I'm still a fan of the Vapor, but gosh, guys, I was expecting, oh goodness. I was expecting to feel a little bit more from the material end of things on the boot, but I'm really not. Like, it doesn't feel, like, it basically just feels like a Vapor, but then a little piece of collar. Like, there's really no difference in how these feel compared to the Vapor. And in that case, you're really only getting the collar for the aesthetics. So if you're willing to pay 50 to, I think it's 25 bucks, 25, somewhere in between 25 and 50 bucks more for the aesthetics of the collar, you be my guest. But I don't know if I would. Again, both are fantastic boots. So if you can get the Superfly and you can get the Superfly at a good price, by all means, if you like the collar, go for it. I just think for the sake of cash and also for the sake of the fit and feel, they really, like, it's literally the same boot. One just has a little bit of extra material around your ankle. So sorry about that. The camera was overheating. It's very, very humid. I'm sweating right now like crazy. You probably can't tell on camera, but it is very, very hot here. Okay, so touch on the ball. Yep, exactly the same as the Vapor. Very thin, lovely. AirZoom pocket is really only noticeable, as I said in the Vapor review. Again, I'm gonna keep this really short because I want you to go watch the Vapor review. The Vapor review is much more in-depth as far as how these fit and feel. The Superfly is literally the same boot. It just has the extra little bit of knit around the ankle. And because the construction is no different in the heel area, it's not the same sensation you got from, say, Superfly 4 or something that was constructed completely differently based on this collar to make it feel like a seamless sensation and feel like a sock. All right, guys, so sorry about that. We're gonna keep this really short and sharp. Definitely go check out that Vapor 15 review for more information about these. The camera keeps overheating. It is so hot outside, so apologies for all the little cuts, but really nice feeling boots. These are excellent speed boots. These probably, it's debatable whether these for me or the X Speedflow are the best speed boot on the market right now. These definitely, I think, edge them out for technology for sure now. With the AirZoom, it's just different than carbon fiber. It's not, I don't think better or worse. It's kind of whatever you prefer. But this upper really is an awesome combination of fit, comfort, and responsiveness and a lockdown feeling with that sandal-like internal cage that they've put in there, which is really, really cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed some of that B-roll footage as well. I know it's been a little bit of a different type of boot reviews recently just because of all the moving and stuff, but we are here now in Rochester, so you guys should see a little bit more consistency with the way that each boot review is structured. If you like this type of video and you want more brand new boot content, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and as always, be awesome, take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.